Hey Girl Scouts, I hope you could hear me and see me. Today we're going to work on your Brownie Pottery badge. So we're going to do the first few steps this week and then we'll finish off the last few steps next week. So I'm going to give it a minute to see. Hopefully you could hear me. Hopefully you could see me too. Alright, I'm going to turn on my light so you can actually see me. Alright, so if you could hear me and see me, just give me a thumbs up and then we will start. So I'm going to try to pull up the video as well on my end, so hopefully you could see what I am seeing. Alright. So like I said, today we're going to do the Brownie Pottery badge. Thank you. And I hope you went on our website, getyourgirlpower.org, and you were able to get the supplies you need today. If not, don't worry about it. So for the Brownie Pottery badge, it's pretty easy. We're going to do it in 2 steps, and hopefully we have some amazing product. So I want you to first go on a little scavenger hunt around your house and see if you could find anything that is made from pottery. So I went and I scavenged my hunt and I looked around to see what I use in my everyday life that's pottery. All right, so I got it back here. So of course I have the pottery plant. It's terracotta. I'm sure everyone has these pots. They're everywhere. They're wonderful. They're made out of clay. The next one is, it's a little container. It was a candle at one time. And then with this candle, it was like a 2-for-1 deal, which I love 2-for-1s. You could bake in it as well. So you can make little souffles in it. Hopefully you make better souffle than I do. Made out of pottery. I love it. I found a little soup bowl. There it is. It's wonderful. Pottery. Some people actually have like cupcake holders that are made out of pottery. They have all different kinds of things. So I want you to post and let me see what you have around the house. The last one, I got this as a Christmas gift. You know me, I have like the weirdest things in my house. I have a little pottery as well. So it's supposed to be for, sorry, a little dusty. For a little plant, like a little aloe plant, has a little base. I love it. I think it's adorable. So today we're going to teach you how to make a couple things. We're going to talk about how to make a pinch pot, a coil pot, and a slab pot. Now, we would love if you could hopefully go to a pottery place so you could do hands-on and talk to a professional to see what kind of stuff they've created. It's always fun to look up online and see. So there was this lady named Maria Martinez, who's an amazing pottery lady, and she's famous for her work. So if you want to Google her, you can. You could also go to like the museums online, bring your little notebook and a little pencil. You could just jot down little ideas you like or what you've seen. So I like some of her designs. So hopefully maybe next week we could incorporate her designs. Now, before we get started, I wear gloves. I don't like things on my hands. It's weird. The terracotta clay doesn't really stain your hands per se. I got the Crayola one, but I'm finicky and I don't want them on my hands. So we're going to get started. So I got my big tray here with all the stuff. If you've seen my other videos, I'm stickler for working with my large cookie tray. I do everything on this tray because I don't like making a mess and I like easy cleanup. And I got clay. So like I said, I just went to Amazon and I just bought the air dry clay. Any clay, whichever one you find will work the best. So I'm going to tilt you down so you could see what I am doing. Alright, so today we're going to make pinch pot. So I keep it in a bag because it keeps the moisture in. You don't want to work with dry clay, but let's say your clay is dry. No big deal, don't worry. You get a little spray bottle and you get a little switch and swatch, you're good. You just bring it to life. So I'm going to set a pinch pot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll this into a better ball using the palm of my hands. So you're just going to roll it. I do have wax paper down on it. So I'm going to keep rolling. All right, until you get a ball. Now it doesn't matter what size it is. It's totally up to you. All right, so here's my ball. And play around with it. Right now, we're just getting to know our clay. So just kind of get to know your clay, what you're working with. If you worked with clay before, let me know. All right, so what we're gonna do, we have our ball. It's perfect. And we're gonna use our thumbs to start pressing down in the middle of the clay. And hopefully it's going to form a little pinch pot. So you're gonna take it, you're gonna move it. When I tried this, I had extremely long nails and I had to actually cut my nails because you saw little dents in it. So if you are like me and you have long nails, which usually I don't, especially during cookie season, you might want to cut your nails. And all I'm doing is I'm keep turning because you want to make sure all the sides are pretty even. And I'm just using the thumbs, my fingers to kind of push in. And I'm kind of pushing it out a little as well because I kind of want a big pinch pot. So do that all around. I'm going to dent it just a little. Try to keep an even thickness around the pot. All right, so this is what I got so far. Hopefully you got a spring, something a little bigger. Like I said, you don't have to use this. I have white clay and color clay as well. Just whatever you want. And look, you made your first pinch pot. It's beautiful. And we completed step 3. See? It's easy. Working with clay doesn't have to be intimidating. You don't have to make a face on it or a bowl. We'll get to how to make little tips and tricks on how to make those. But right now, we're just going to learn to play with it. All right, so that's our little pinch pot. So I'm going to put it down. Next, we're going to learn how to make a coil pot. So storing, doesn't matter where you store your clay. Hopefully it's somewhere, so keep it in here. Keep it in a plastic bag, like I said. You want to make sure it keeps moist. You don't want to work with dry clay. And also you don't want dog hair, so throw that over your shoulder. Get rid of that. So I'm going to take my clay out. It is super moist, which is wonderful. Now with some clays, you're going to have to wedge it, and what that means is you're just taking out the air pockets. So it's a big piece of clay. So I have small hands, so I'm going to take maybe just a portion of it. All right, so I'm going to stick this one on this side. And like I did with the pinch pot to begin with, is I'm just going to roll it. Like I said, you're going to use your palm. Keep rolling. You're going to make sure it gets into a pretty good size ball. All right. So once you get your ball, you're going to grab a rolling pin. Now you could use, there's a clay rolling pin as well. I found my rolling pin, so I want to use it. So I'm going to take it and I'm just going to slowly, I got to hold the foil down, just kind of roll it. Move my pinch pot and the extra clay out of the way. So just kind of want to roll it back and forth like you would. This one's really wet. Like dough. If you're making cookies, if you're making bread, anything really. You just want to roll it out. So like I said, we're going to make a coil pot and we need a good base. So once again, you kind of like cookies, you want to make sure you have a pretty even surface. all the way around. Perfect. Now, to make my little bottom, you're gonna take either a cookie cutter or like any kind of top. Oh my gosh, that smells like, that's potent. So I used my garlic top, and I wish you had smell-o-vision. It smells, oh my gosh, so much like garlic right now. I feel so, I love garlic, so I wish you could smell it. You could pretend to like sniff it. It smells so much like garlic. Hey Audra, so you're just gonna take the top and we're gonna make the bottom. So let's see, I'm gonna do it right here like I would for cookies. I want to make it, get the most use out of your clay, so I didn't push it all the way down. All right, and then you're gonna take the cap off, and hopefully you get a bottom. So there's my bottom. Now, I'm going to put the extra, oh my gosh, I'm gonna put the cap back on the garlic because, like I said, woo, it is potent. So this is the bottom of our pot. So we're gonna take our clay, I'm gonna grab a little more. All right, and we're gonna do the same thing as we did before. So kind of we start most pots just by rolling it into a ball. Like I said, you could wedge it if you have a lot of air bubbles you wanna get out. You don't want too much air bubbles, or when you fire it, you're going to have air pockets that might crack your pot, and you don't want that to happen. All right, so it's pretty much in a ball, and you're gonna grab your, oh, I'm gonna move this just a little more over. Your beautiful pin, like I said, or water bottle, or whatever you have. If you don't have one, grab a water bottle, grab a soup can, grab whatever you can. So we're gonna keep rolling it out. You kind of want to make sure it's even. You want an even surface, so when you cut your pieces, it stays flat. All right. So I'm going to show you the basics on how to make coral. So you're going to take your a little knife with adult supervision, and you're going to just make, actually, what we're going to do is I'm going to have a coral pot, sorry, I'm making a slab pot. Sorry, I messed up. We're going to make a slab pot, so we just kind of need a long surface, and you're going to kind of take your knife, and then I use this jar, so I'm kind of going to, that's how big we want it. So we're going to have to like measure on how big or how tall or how long you would want your pot. So I'm going to take this as a little measurement, and I'm going to just roll it down a little, and there's going to be a little imprint so I know how long I should cut my pieces. Alright, so that should be it. Now we're going to take the top and we're just going to slice it to make it a nice, pretty, even top. Now you don't have to. I could have left that on. Crane scales aren't the most even, but you could have left that piece on. It's a little uneven, and you're going to take, let me move all this. Oops, some of my wax paper got stuck. No big deal. So take your little pinch pot. You take your little slab, call this slab pot because it's a piece of slab, and you're going to want to put it all the way around. So I think that's pretty much the same. That's a good fit, perfect fit. Now, if I just do it like this and leave it, it's gonna fall off. It's not secure. It is a little sticky and a little wet, but when you go fire it, it's not gonna stick on. So what you're going to do is what we're gonna do is called scoring. So basically you're gonna take your little little knife or a little fork or whatever you have, and you're going to kind of score it. Thank you. My rolling pin is beautiful. It was supposed to be for my sister, but I loved it so much and I kept it. Shh, don't tell her. All right, so basically I'm just slashing them. Slashing the bottoms, making little lines. You want it to have ridges. So if you put smooth against smooth, it's gonna have a broken plot, and you don't want that. Okay. Another trick, oh my gosh, it's gonna smell like garlic, is you could also make slip. So what slip is just you take clay, so you're gonna put it in my garlic container. Now it's gonna smell like garlic. A little spray bottle. You have a spray bottle here just in case my clay was dried out. And I'm going to pour it in there, and we're going to make slip. Slip is like glue. So you kind of want to mix it in there. Basically, you're thinning it out like a ranch dressing. I think everyone likes ranch dressing, right? So you want to thin it out. I'm just mixing it in there, getting it. If it's too watery, add more clay. If it's too thick, add more water. Like I said, we want to get to ranch dressing. There's no real perfect measurements because sometimes each clay you get is a little different. But you mix it all up in there. All right. So what you're going to do now is after you mixed it all up in there, you're going to take a little, dab it on your fingers. As it gets messy, this is why I like using a tray. And you're going to take your little slab, or slip, and your slab, and you're going to pat your slip on it. You don't want to go like this on it and rub it in, because then basically you just got rid of your wonderful lines. And you don't want that. You want to make sure your ridges and lines are still there. So you just pat, 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 pat. Perfect. And then you're going to take your slab, and remember, we're going to score it. So take your little knife, fork, whatever you have around the house, and you're going to score it. All right. Now the two score pieces, I'm going to add a little slip. I'm saying dab, 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 dab. Dab, 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 dab. Put it on there. And we're going to put it right on top. Oop, I didn't score the ends. So let's score the ends. Dab, 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 dab. And you're going to kind of want to seal it together. Make sure you get all of it. So it's not being perfect. I'm going to hold it up so hopefully you could see it. Some of the slip will ooze out, like you could see there. That's fine. Like I said, it's like glue. It oozes out. It's going to come out clear. It's the same color as your pot. So make sure there's my bottom and there's top. So there is, now we got our pinch pot we do with our fingers, and we made a slab pot. Now I'm going to teach you how to make a coil pot. All right. Perfect. Put that over here too. I'm going to turn this around so you can see a little better on a cleaner surface. All right. Oh my gosh, I really wish you could smell in here because it smells like garlic. All right, so we're going to roll it out. I know. I mean, I buy gifts all the time that I meant for other people. I just end up keeping it. I have a shopping problem. All right. So once again, you got your ball. You use the palm of your hand. I'm going to close the slip, knowing me. Woo! It's going to fall. I'm going to make a mess, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to grab a beautiful rolling pin again. And don't worry, it does come out, so I know I'm not going to ruin it. And you're going to roll it. You can do the same thing you did for the slab pot. You want to roll it, roll it, roll it, to make sure you get a good bottom, I am going to use the same top as the same top for the garlic that I used for the slab. All right, it's pretty perfect. It's not perfect, don't worry about it. We're just playing around right now. We're just trying to get to know our clay. Ready to smell the garlic? All right, I'm gonna take our little top, we're gonna put it down. All right, push it through. And ta-da! There it is. And there's our base, just like we did for the slab. Now for the coral one, I think it's probably my fave to do because it's just so much fun. You're gonna take, I guess, just your clay. Could wedge it some more, try to get the air bubbles out. And you wanna kind of cut it, make a little snake. Roll it. All right, we're gonna make our coral pieces from this giant snake or hot dog. Do you like hot dogs? It reminds me of a hot dog. Could go for a hot dog, actually. All right, take my little trusty knife, and you're gonna cut the same amount of clay. So I'll put it on top of the other. You want the same amount, the same portions. If it's not even, no big deal. It's messing around with it. So take your piece. I'm gonna start making another snake, a mini hot dog. Can you tell I'm hungry? All right. So you want to make sure, like the rest of it, you want the same thickness throughout. So we're going to take our little base, we're going to measure it. Is it big enough? Nope. So we're going to have to roll it out a little more. So find your little fat pieces. It's a little fat down here. Roll it out a little down there, a little more. Once again, same thickness. Make sure when you burn it or air dry it, this is air dry clay, make sure it's air dried with the same amount. All right, do you think that's enough? Woo, woo, we did it. Now, just like the slab pot, we're going to have to score it. Now remember, we're going to take it, make little slashes on top. Nothing pretty, you're not going to be able to see it, so don't worry about it. And same thing on your little snake. You don't have to make the noises. And what do we need? The ranch, aka the slip. Now I need probably a little more clay in here, but I think we'll be okay for now. Just gonna dab it. Remember, we want to dab. Perfect. You still want to see the little slits. And you're going to take our lovely snake and put it right on top. If it's too big, cut it, score it, ranch it, put it together. And there, look. Look what you got. You got your first layer of your coral pot. So I'm going to show you again so you kind of get the look of it. All right, so now this is where it gets a little tricky. You want to make sure that it's the same thickness for the whole thing. All right, that was a little faster. I'm quick at it, I'm like a ninja. All right, score it. All right. Score the snake / hot dog. Ranch it, slip it, dab, 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 and stick it on there. All right, so I'm gonna go the opposite end, so my seam is not all in one. All right, gonna have to cut it. Score it. Dab it. All right. So now you want to make sure that it's coming together. So you kind of see, like I said, the slip coming through, no big deal. It's all good. And you're going to keep going, and you're going to keep going all the way up. So you got all this clay you're going to use. And you can make it as tall or as short as you want. It's your choice. And that's it. All right, ladies, I'm going to take off my gloves so I could see you. And like I said, it's easy to clean up. Hands are clean. Hey. So, what you're doing is messing around with clay today. Easy. We made a pinch pot with your thumbs. I want to see what you got, girls. A slab pot and a coil. So after this video, I will probably finish it. Maybe put a few layers on it, and that's it. You've completed steps 1, 2, and 3. That wasn't too bad, and that was pretty easy. So I want to see what you come up with. So of course, I want you to hashtag us, GSCI Shines On. I want to see all your creations, everything that you've done. You could try to make different things with your clay. Next week, we're going to teach you how to make jewelry, even though we don't have access to pottery studio, how to fire your pot, and little tips and tricks on how to do that as well. So I hope you had fun with me. Don't forget all the other cool things that GSCI is doing. Let's see. Thursday, we have the Brownie Connect meeting, so don't forget about that. Monday, we have Courtney back on here. She's going to do a nature sun catcher. That will be fun. And then Tuesdays, we have the 20-minute tryouts. Now, don't forget, I hope all of you watched our last Friday, our GSCI camp out. And I hope you register for camp. So we're doing virtual camp. It's something really amazing for girls. You get a little box full of different camp things you're going to do each week. So it'll be fun for the girls to do as well. Now, like I said, if you need help or if you need any place to register or where to buy clay or what we need for next week, you get our website, getyourgirlpower.org. And like always, don't forget to hashtag us. Thank you so much. I had so much fun with you. I hope you had just as much fun with me. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you next week. Bye.